Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, very high demand for a new state program giving up to $1,000 for essential workers during the pandemic. Find out how the rollout is going.
Plus, Congress passes a massive bill to address climate change, healthcare, and the economy. We'll break down what's in the Inflation Reduction Act.
Many love Simon Peter. He will give the shirt off his back.
And a Fox 61 exclusive tonight. The family of Hartford's 25th homicide victim this year says violence in the city is getting worse.
We begin tonight with Money Matters. Tens of thousands of essential workers during the pandemic are hoping for some extra cash. Good evening. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Carmen Chow in for Ben Goldman tonight. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. Connecticut's premium pay program has launched and it's offering up to $1,000 to those essential workers. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joins us live outside of the state capitol in Hartford tonight to tell us if there's enough money in the program. Gabby?
Well, Carmen, Sarah, as of this afternoon, 64,000 people have applied for this program, and there's still about a month and a half left for people to apply. So state officials say that it's not clear exactly how much people are going to get until the deadline.
In the midst of uncertainty during the COVID-19 pandemic, essential workers were on the front lines.
Our members worked through it all, and they didn't have the opportunity to Zoom in their day. So they kept us eating, and they kept the economy rolling for us, and they certainly were heroes.
Among those workers were grocery store employees, thousands of which are represented by the United Food and Commercial Workers Labor Union, who's happy to hear the state will be offering hero pay to those employees.
To get something across was better than nothing. And it was a long time in coming, of course.
The Premium Pay program launched this week. It's offering up to $1,000 for eligible employees. That's people who worked between March 10th, 2020 and May 7th, 2022 in person, worked in the private sector, and made less than $150,000 a year.
So the program is not first come, first serve. The deadline to apply is October 1st. So everyone has the same opportunity to apply for the funding.
There's been $30 million allotted for the program, and payment amounts will be determined depending on how many people are eligible. But just how large the demand is already evident. Even before the official launch, the site crashed, and system capacity had to be expanded because tens of thousands of people applied. The union says just grocery stores alone have that many workers.
Our understanding is there's probably 30,000 grocery store employees in the state of Connecticut.
Right now, you can find the eligibility requirements for this program as well as the application on our website, fox61.com. Live at the state capitol, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
All right. Thank you, Gabby.
And turning now to the weather watch, we have a very comfortable night, and it's going to be the same for this weekend.
Yeah, let's get a look at that forecast with meteorologist Ryan Breton, who is hard at work on that forecast. There he is. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, guys. Just loading in some great pictures, actually,
Look
of
at
the
those.
sunset tonight. Yeah, I wanted to share this with you. Just came in from Caitlin and Niantic. Beautiful shot here. We had some high, thin clouds mixing with the sun, and that made for a beautiful sunset. I saw it myself in the Hartford area tonight, and also a great shot. This is from Christina Bradley, and I believe West Haven, another beautiful view there with some of the high clouds coming in. 73 right now in Hartford. It's 64, very comfortable degrees in Meriden, 72 in New Haven, and 67 in Willimantic. Been a long time since at 10 o'clock at night the numbers are this low, and the dew points, meaning the measure of the amount of humidity and moisture in the air, are low too. We have dew points in the 40s right now. This is not an air mass, meaning how refreshing it feels that we've seen in quite a while. So give the AC a break tonight, and you'll be able to give it a break for an extended stretch of time as well. So the next few days, the dew points stay nice and comfortable. This includes the whole weekend. Maybe early next week we get an increase in the humidity just a little bit, but either way, it wouldn't be too much of a problem. There is some rain not far away offshore, and if this were any other scenario, I'd be a little bit nervous that rain would come up for us this weekend. But what will happen is high pressure builds in, and that means we are in good shape overnight into the day tomorrow as well. So temperatures tonight dipping into the 50s under a clear sky. It's nice and comfortable, and then high temperatures tomorrow get back to around 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine and low humidity. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend and some changes for next week coming up in about 10 minutes.
The motion is adopted.
And a strictly party line 220 to 207 vote in the House, Congress gives its final approval to the Inflation Reduction Act. It's a landmark piece of legislation for Democrats. It's a roughly $700 billion package as an investment towards reducing effects of climate change, taxing large companies, and reining in pharmaceutical cost. The bill includes nearly $370 billion in climate and energy investments, and it would lower Medicare drug costs by capping out-of-pocket spending at $2,000 a month. It's also estimated to cut the deficit by $300 billion, and it would require large corporations to pay a 15% minimum tax.
Today, we make good on our promise to take on climate change and climate justice with historic investments in green technologies that will cut carbon emissions by 40% by 2030.
These important steps will help ensure that all seniors have access to life and health-saving medications, regardless of how much money they have.
In a tweet tonight, Governor Ned Lamont praised the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act. He says in part, quote, folks across Connecticut are going to save money on their energy bills, healthcare premiums, and prescription drugs. The bill now heads to President Biden to sign into law.
We're following developing news in Meriden. A teen is in the hospital tonight after police say he was accidentally shot by his father. It happened at a home on Forest Avenue shortly after 3 p.m. Officers say the father was showing the 17-year-old how to properly use and handle firearms to begin training at a gun range. The 9mm handgun fired once and the teen was shot near his right shoulder and chest. And we don't have an update on the boy's condition at this time, but he was airlifted to a trauma center. A Fox 61 exclusive tonight. The sister of Simon Griffin, Hartford's 25th homicide victim this year, shares how she chooses to remember her brother. Simon was shot and killed Thursday night in his apartment. A friend was also shot, and he's currently fighting for his life in the hospital. Karen Griffin, Simon's sister, says the whole family is grieving as police investigate who killed her brother.
His wonderful, generous spirit. Everybody, you know, was hated by few, but many loved him. Many loved Simon Peter. He would give the shirt off his back. That's my baby brother.
Hartford police say they believe the shooting was a targeted incident. Officers executed a search warrant to try and identify the killer, but so far no arrests have been made.
New at 10, Hartford's summer concert season is back in full force as country music fans sell out Xfinity Theater to see Morgan Wallace. The city is issuing an alert because of the expected traffic from the roughly 30,000 fans. And Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joins us live from outside Xfinity Theater. And DeAndrea, how are those fans feeling tonight?
Well, you guys, we're a few blocks down from the Xfinity Theater because that's how many people are here tonight. And I actually feel like I'm back down south again because there were so many cowboy hats and cowboy boots, and the people that I talked to today say they're just excited to be here. It's a breath of fresh air, and this is their favorite person. As the sun set over Hartford, thousands of country fans made their way down Savage Way to see Morgan Wallen at Hartford's Xfinity Theater.
I just love him. She only talks about him. She loves Morgan Wallen.
Cowboy boots and hats flooded the area, and even some mullets too.
I thought, what better way to get ready for the concert than to get a mullet of my own?
People coming from near and far for this sold-out concert. Some for the first time.
It is my first time since COVID.
And with the CDC loosening their COVID guidance,
things are back to normal, finally, but you know what? Everything's back to normal. It's been back to normal for a while now. I'm excited.
For a sense of normalcy.
Better way to start the semester than a good old country concert.
Yeah! And you guys, just a little fun fact about that guy that I interviewed. He told me that he has been growing this mullet for about a year and a half just for this concert. And you can see that there's cars still parked behind me. That's because the concert is still going on, but maybe about an hour or so people will be out in their cars again and traffic will be on high alert. It took us about 30 minutes just to get parked when we first got here today. In Hartford, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.
That mullet, a year in the making. All right, because of the ongoing drought, state officials are warning of a higher risk of wildfires this weekend. DEEP says the fire danger will remain high until we get significant rain. So far this year, 300 acres have burned in Connecticut, about 500 acres burn across the state every year.